Indonesia is the world's largest island nation and is located in Southeast Asia between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. With an area of around 1.9 million square kilometers, Indonesia is about 5 times smaller than the USA. Its population of around 278 million makes it the fourth most populous country in the world after the USA. It is also the country with the largest number of Muslims. In addition, over 700 different languages are spoken on the island, making it the second most linguistically diverse country in the world. The capital is Jakarta, located on the island of Java, but a new capital is currently under construction. Indonesia stretches from east to west for around 5,000 kilometers. Today's borders date back to the Dutch colony of the Dutch East Indies. The country gained its independence in 1949. Neighboring countries in the northwest are India via the Nicobar Islands, Malaysia, including a land border on Borneo, and the city-state of Singapore. To the north are the Philippines and the island state of Palau. To the east, Indonesia shares the land border with Papua New Guinea, and to the southeast with East Timor, which became independent from Indonesia in 2002. Finally, Australia is another neighbor, which also includes Christmas Island. Indonesia consists of over 17,000 islands, of which over 6,000 are inhabited. The most important are Sumatra at over 470 square kilometers. The island is larger than Sweden. Borneo, also known as Kalimantan in Indonesia, Java, and Sulawesi. These are also known collectively as the Greater Sunda Islands. These are followed to the east by the Lesser Sunda Islands, including Bali, Lombok, Flores, and Timor. In the east of Indonesia are the Moluccas, which include Halmahera, Buru, and Seram. And finally, the western part of the island of New Guinea, also known as West Papua, including the so-called Bird's Head Peninsula. The Anambas and Natuna Islands in the South China Sea also belong to Indonesia. Most of the islands are very mountainous, and one of the most important mountain ranges is the Maoki Mountains on New Guinea. Puncak Jaya, the highest mountain in the country at 4,884 meters, is also located here. Also worth mentioning are the Barisan Mountains on Sumatra, the mountain range on Borneo, which is divided into various mountain ranges, and the mountains of Sulawesi. Large parts of Indonesia lie on the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is accompanied by the threat of earthquakes and increased volcanic activity. Of the total of 400 volcanoes, around 130 are active, particularly on the island of Java. One of the most active and most dangerous in the world is the 2,914-meter high Merapi, which last erupted in 2020 and 2023. Lake Toba is also the result of a volcano and is the largest lake in the country and the largest crater lake in the world. Numerous seas and straits stretch between Indonesia's islands. The Malacca Strait, which is extremely important for international shipping, the Java Sea, the Flores Sea, the Makassar Strait, the Celebes Sea, the Molucca Sea, the Banda Sea, the Timor Sea, and the Arafura Sea. The longest river in Indonesia is the Kapuas. The Mamberamo is also particularly rich in water. The climate in the mountains is subtropical to humid temperate, depending on the altitude, with a polar tundra climate prevailing along the mountain peaks of Papua. Otherwise, most of the country is tropical in various degrees due to its location along the equator, although the tropical rainforest climate is the most common. Large parts of the Lesser Sunda Islands in particular have a tropical savanna climate, which means that rainfall is lower. In most regions, there is a dry season from May to October, while the rainy season lasts from November to April. With North Borneo and New Guinea, 2 of the 5 mega-diversity centers of the Earth are partially located in Indonesia. These areas have the greatest diversity of plant species. The animal world in Indonesia is also extremely diverse. Sumatra and Borneo, for example, are home to orangutans, a species of great ape whose name means forest dweller in Indonesian. The Komodo dragon lives on Komodo and neighboring islands of the Lesser Sunda Islands. The eastern half of the country is part of the so-called Coral Triangle, where numerous coral species and a large number of marine animals can be found. This is the end of this episode. There will be a follow-up video focusing on the population and economy of Indonesia. Thanks for watching. Until next time.